are working to get people to take action are facing the combined efforts of industry and the media, who are in denial mode. So a lot of the time, people are...
Here, a bunch of mushrooms. See if we can fit them in here. So why are mushrooms so important? Okay, so mushrooms are a powerhouse of nutrition. They really are. Dr. Furman calls the G-bombs, the foods that are the most nutritious, and mushrooms are in there. And you want to eat, and I'll tell you what the other G-bombs are. But studies have shown that women that consume the equivalent of one little mushroom cap a day, like even a white mushroom, lower their breast cancer risk by 64%. Okay? And if you also drink green tea and have mushrooms, you lower by 89. So it's pretty powerful. All right, I'm gonna add the garlic here because this is gonna cook quickly.
And you nurse it back to health, and then you post an ad that says free to a good home. I would be very cautious about that. I just wouldn't do it. And I'll tell you that I had a personal experience just like that. That I found a dog, took her in, nursed her back to health, and then I placed an ad. I was in my early 20s. I placed an ad free to a good home. And these people took her, and in recent years, when I've learned more about animal brokering, I've come to be fairly certain that those people sold her to a research lab, and that really haunts me. I don't have hard evidence, but as I've grown and learned more about animals and thought about their behavior, I think that's what they're doing and experimenting on these animals. It's huge. The animals did not ultimately prevail. The judge decided in the second part of the habeas corpus analysis that the reason for imprisoning them was good enough. And so she left them there in the research facility. If you want to go to the website of the Non-Human Rights Project, you can find out more about this and learn how to help. They need letters, for instance, right now. So it's Non-Human Rights Project. You can Google it. You can easily find it. And you'll see how they're trying to help Leo and Hercules and a number of other animals. So, one day, animals will stop being property and they will start being persons. We don't know when it's going to be, but I can tell you that these two cases are huge in the movement toward the time when animals will be persons instead of property. Persons whose rights have to be respected instead of property that you can do whatever you want with. So take hope in those two items. Go to the website for the Non-Human Rights Project. It's not part of what I do, but it's important and it's good work, so I would urge you to go there. So that's what I wanted to tell you. Animals have very few rights. There are terrible things done to them as a result of not having rights. We have laws where we pretend that we do something for the animals when we really don't. But there is hope. There is a judge in New York who said, research facility, you come into my court and tell me why it's lawful for you to detain these animals. That's a wonderful circumstance to have. And we just need to build on it and build on it and build on it. I wanted to take a moment and see if there are any questions.
Get a video of this really stupid looking car from New York. It kind of looks like a Mini, but the tires are like 5 sizes too big and they're at an angle, so they're driving on the edge of the interior of their tires. And it says Hempstead Auto Collision. So you're a moron. Awesome.
Poppers. There's nobody next to you.
This one looks so sad.
You kind of cross-eyed. I'm starting to take you guys home.
Yeah.
Hi, baby.
Yeah, a lot of them.
You are so cute. I remember you from the website, baby. Baby. Where's your phone? What's your phone? Hi. Oh, you're cute little attention. Aww. Frankie, you're so sweet. Don't worry. Hi. Aren't you pretty? Aren't you pretty, pretty? Hi. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Rosie. You're not good with doggies, though. You don't like doggies? No.
I feel bad for the ones that are from animal control because a lot of them do get put to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
79 adoptions
255.
pending. Okay, so 79, you can do that math. I think that comes to 334, which will exceed the number we hit the first year, 313 during the first year. So what a great day, everybody. 334 adoptions.
So tonight we are going to pounce like sharks on a cramping swimmer. It'll be fun.
You have a sickness. Obviously, the evil little guy in your head finally beat up the good little guy and chucked him out the ear hole.
Woman, Dan. Evil little woman in my head.